Hi, welcome to Soulprint Intuitive Tarot. This is going to be kind of short and sweet. Some of you may know, some of you may have seen it, a video I posted yesterday about, kind of what's going on in Trump's thoughts. What's he thinking? So I did that, and then I went outside to garden because, you have to reconnect to that which is real and solid after you've rolled around in his head a little bit. And I was very still and I was very quiet, and I heard his voice as clear as a bell in my head. Okay, now understand, I don't even like to hear Trump's voice on my television, let alone in my brain. However, I did. And this is what he said, and I wanted to share it with you because I think it's really, really interesting and perhaps gives us a little bit of hope. So, this is what I heard, as clear as a bell. I have done more in 4 years than any other president has done in the history of presidents, and certainly in 8 years. Because of this, I feel it is time for me to return to private life and, return to head of my abundantly prosperous and filthy rich companies. So, did I happen upon a strategy? Did I hear a thought that's, just randomly rolling in his head? Or is it possible that this has a little bit more substance, and as his poll numbers come in and they're devastating, maybe he's starting to take a serious look at how to get out of office and save face. So I'm just going to do a quick 4-card kind of reading unless something really interesting evolves. And I just want sort of some additional information, some guidance, some insight. Was that voice I heard accurate? Now, I'm not suggesting that this is going to happen in, 6 months and 3 weeks and 4 days. What I am saying is it was very clear and very concise, which makes me wonder if it's not one of the options that they're looking at, because he's not going to do well if he actually has to face those really horrible numbers. So let's take a look and see what the cards are going to tell us. Down we go. Okay. Okay, so this is kind of interesting. We're starting with the Knight of Cups, and sometimes that can be, very often it symbolizes sort of love and proposals and good news. This is different. This, to me, is looking like receiving news that is emotional, that he is not responding well to. It is actually causing his horse to shy away from the water. He is taking in some news that is emotional for him, and it has caused him to pull back. Maybe reality is actually impacting that little brain of his. So, we had the Ace of Cups, and you know what? This also came up in his reading yesterday. It is just, in his case, it is literally out of control emotions. It is overreactions. It is, just extreme levels of emotional response. Followed by the Chariot. So he is trying to move forward, but I don't believe it's actually going to do him, frankly, a lot of good. And he has the King of Wands sitting on the other side of him. So it could be that, those people that he trusts and he believes and who do an amazing job of lying to him every day, he's hoping that they can, spin this out of him, that they'll come up with some brilliant save that will allow him to, carry on. But make no mistake, you know what? It is not going well for him. Whoa. Okay, so we have the Knight of Pentacles. That's not so good. you have here, a mercenary, somebody who is motivated, does things, and thinks things from the perspective of, what do I get out of it? What's my angle? What do I achieve? What's my reward? You have a card typically that represents theft. And I know a lot of you out there are probably saying, well, yeah, he stole the presidency. He's illegitimate, and that may well be true and accurate. And it may even be something that comes out with a little bit more clarity as time goes forward. And of course, then he has the tower. So those of you who like Trump, you're not, going to like this card so much. Those of you who can't stand him and think he's all the things he is, this is a really nice card to get, because you know what? It shows that something that was built on unstable ground is going to collapse. It's going to be sudden. It's going to be shocking. It's going to unseat his throne of power. So, good on you, Donald Trump. Way to go. He's feeling trapped, doesn't know how to get out of it. He's upset with what he's hearing. He's constantly having to defend himself. Poor baby. All right, so there we go, people. As far as I can tell from this quick layout, it certainly looks as if things aren't quite going to his liking, and things aren't quite going the way he would like them to. Yesterday his poll numbers came out, they were horrible, and then the story came out that he told all his advisors to lie about the poll numbers and saying they were the best he ever had. It's building up. It's building up. It's gaining momentum, and the insanity continues. So I am hoping that this has given you a little bit of hope. What's that expression? From my mouth to God's ears. So let's keep our fingers crossed and hope that this is accurate and reflective of something that we may potentially see going forward. I'm going to end this video now. I hope lots of you see it. Perhaps share it with friends of yours who are of like mind. That would be amazing. Thank you so much to my new subscribers and new viewers. I am very much appreciative of all of you. And one final thing. Yesterday, Elizabeth Chow, who is Mitch McConnell's wife, was literally found to be so deep in corruption that it's beyond blatant. I mean, everybody to some degree knows that, politicians are on the take and they're a little dirty, but as a citizenry, we at least expect that they'll be embarrassed about it, perhaps ashamed about it, at the very least not flaunt it, but she's managed to do all of that. So there will be a reading coming following this one that I'm going to take a bit of a deep dive into her and that lovely husband of hers, Mitch. Be well, take care, and I will see you really, really soon now. Bye-bye.